So what I thought I'd do today is plant out some of my broccoli that I've been growing from seed in these little modules, as you can see here. It's going to go in this bed with the cabbages and stuff that I've already put in, and I did have some lettuce that was in here and I've not got around to eating it all yet. So what I'm going to do is just quickly dig these up. They'll get replanted between the broccolis when they go in, but I'm just moving them out of the way first so that I've got a bit of space to actually work with. And then what you need to do is just quickly give it a quick once over with a hoe or a spade or whatever you've got, just to make sure if there are any seedlings starting, weed seedlings, that you've got rid of them all. There we go. Oh, and get rid of those. A couple more. I've got a sycamore tree behind me, so I end up with hundreds of little seedlings, so you've got to get those out before they try and turn into saplings. So anyway, right, that's the ground just about done. And then what I do is add a bit of slow release fertilizer. This is from Elixir. I buy this from a company called Elixir, and it's a slow release vegetable and brassica mix. So just give it a, I only do about half a cupful in an area like this. I think it's about 100 grams per square metre. And then give it either a fork through, rake through, or just work it into the soil a little bit. And that'll give a bit of food for the new plants as they start to grow. And then, oh, another one of them. And then what you want to do is get your seedlings, which are, these are broccoli called Marathon. And look, you can see they've got really nice good roots on them already. So what I want to do is plant them out, well, put them on the soil where I'm going to plant them first, so I just know where they're going to go and make sure that they will fit. So I'm only going to put 3 in because I've got cabbages here already, and then the cover's going to go over it, the EnviroMesh cover, which will keep all the butterflies and stuff away, so it'll keep them nice and healthy. Just place them where you want them, so I do 3 over this raised bed. And don't forget, with brassicas, if they're a bit leggy or you've had them in a propagator and they've grown a bit too tall, they can be buried quite deep. So you can bury it up to where the first or second leaves come from. So you can just take off the seedling leaves or leave them on, but then you can bury that about 1 inch deeper. And what that will do is give them a bit more stability and make them grow nice and sturdy rather than flopping around in the wind. So take out the space, well, take out the soil, should I say, of where you want to plant them, get them in, and then backfill them. And don't forget, with brassicas and cabbages, cauliflowers, broccolis, anything like that, really firm them in, because they don't want to move. They don't like being rocked by the winds. They get what's called wind rock, and it will make them flower and bulk quicker, which is what you don't want. You want to keep them for as long as you can in the ground, so you've got as long a harvest period as you can. So make sure you firm them down nice and firm. Again, this one's going in, oh, a little locker from last time. This is going in nice and firm, a bit deeper than they were in the pots, just because it'll make them a healthier, stronger plant. And then once you've done that and firmed them in, what you need to do is either use a cabbage collar or something to make sure that carrot root fly don't get to them. So you need something around the bottom of the plant, like these cabbage collars, so that the root fly can't lay their eggs near the bottom and they won't affect your plants, so you'll have healthier plants. Now what you can do is, all these cabbages have had these, this little collar just opens up and it goes around the bottom of the plant like that, so it provides about 5 centimetre circle around the bottom of the plant, so that if they do try and lay their eggs, it's a dry environment and they won't like it, they won't hatch, and you'll get decent plants that shouldn't be affected. Or what you can do is, this is called Zootoff. Now I've been sent this to have a go at and trial, and it's made from herbs, stones from olives, which some of them are still there, and it smells really nice, quite strong. Almost smells like tapenade, if you've ever had that, the crushed up olive dip. And you're supposed to put this around your brassica in the same way as a cabbage collar, and this is supposed to do exactly the same as a cabbage collar, but this will degrade in the soil, and it's a byproduct of making olive oil, so it's more, shall we say, environmentally friendly than making these cabbage collars, or so it's claimed. So I'm going to try a couple of those just to see if this Zoot-Off works or not, and I'm hoping it should help try and keep the slugs away as well. So if I leave the 3 there, 1 with a cabbage collar, 2 with this, we'll see what happens. So they've got enough space around them now, but there's a lot of space here that you can still grow in. So as these cabbages and broccolis and everything grow, they are going to get bigger, they are going to fill this space up, but they're going to take their time to do that. So these lettuces are going to go back in. So if I dig a hole for them like this, I can put them back in, and all you're doing really is transplanting them from where they were to here, and this should in a couple of weeks bear full lettuce anyway, so that will have grown and I can harvest it before these get too big. So by intercropping stuff like this, it's almost like a cash crop, so you're using the space to grow 2 crops, and this one will be harvested before it starts getting shaded out by the others. So just do a couple more here at the very edge, and because they grow low, lettuce grow quite low, they won't shade out the broccolis either. So again, you get the 2 crops. Oh, here we go, another one that's quite big. You can see the roots on them, they're quite big already. That will give you 2 crops from the one space, which at this time when everyone's trying to grow their own and we want to make the most out of what we're actually growing, it really does help to maximise out and get the most out of your space. So like I said, they're the cabbages that were already in, these are the broccolis that are going in, and the lettuces will be out in a couple of weeks when they've grown a bit bigger, which will leave lots of room for these broccolis to carry on growing. And then all you need to do after that is put the EnviroMesh cover back over, pin it down and keep the butterflies away, so there'll be no caterpillars on any of your crops, and just take it up once a week and give them a good weed and just make sure they're healthy. And that's about it, because the rain will go through and they'll keep nice and moist. And that is how to plant out your brassicas a little bit deeper to make better plants, but also intercrop with lettuces, or you can sow radish or a quick row of cut and come again lettuce, anything you want that's going to be quick to crop in the middle. I might put some radishes down these, and then you're maximising on the space you're using and the crops you're getting from the one bed. So that's just a quick way on how to plant your brassicas.